CNET's torture test of the Motorola Razr was flawed, far from a controlled experiment. A hot potato, Motorola is standing by the durability of its newly minted Razr foldable smartphone after a questionable torture test from CNET cast it in an unfavorable light. But was this really a fair analysis? The publication recently strapped a retail version of the Motorola Razr to a mechanical test device called the FoldBot. This robot, borrowed from the folks at warranty service provider SquareTrade, was designed specifically to simulate the opening and closing of the hinge on the Samsung Galaxy, not the Moto Razr. CNET admitted as much in its test, yet still decided to forge ahead. The plan was to livestream the entire testing process, all 12+ hours and 100,000 folds. Unfortunately, the Razr barely made it a quarter of the way through the torture test before the hinge mechanism failed. But was this test really fair? Motorola doesn't think so, and neither do I. In a statement issued to Engadget and other publications, a Motorola spokesperson said SquareTrade's FoldBot is simply not designed to test their device. Therefore, any tests run utilizing this machine will put undue stress on the hinge and not allow the phone to open and close as intended, making the test inaccurate, the spokesperson added. And they are right. This is just my own theory, but it seems to be backed up by Motorola's test footage. When you open and close the company's clamshell, it needs a tiny bit of room for the two slabs to move, similar to how the screen ever so slightly tucks into the chin when you close it. It appears as though the FoldBot doesn't permit adequate movement, instead moving the slabs along a fixed path with each open and close. This restriction could have easily contributed to why the hinge failed so quickly. Notice in Motorola's test footage how the robot opens and closes the lid without putting any restriction on its movement. One arm simply flips the lid open while a separate arm closes it, just as a user would. Rinse and repeat. It's much more indicative of real-world usage. Anyway, back to the evidence. The video you likely saw is titled, "See the Moment Moto's Razr Stops After 27,000 Folds," but even that is misleading as the clip starts with the phone already out of the machine and making some horrendous noises. To see the actual moment it became apparent that something was wrong, you have to watch the live-streamed video. CNET's full livestream shows an unedited sequence of events. At around the 3:35 and 11 seconds mark, CNET's Chris Parker gets on the mic for the 4-hour check-in. At roughly 3:35 and 50 seconds, right before the FoldBot's counter passes 27,200 folds, something happens and the machine stops being able to fully fold the phone. Parker recognizes this and powers down the machine at 3:35:59. For more on this story, visit the news article link.